Ice Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the San Francisco 49ers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here's Ekeler to begin the drive, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Running on first down, Ekeler. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
First down, and they stick with Ekeler. And some room to run now. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. It's Ekeler again. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll send the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Back to throw here, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Herbert. This is caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Ready? Right there, hurt. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick 6.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. The football will come out to the 25 as McCloud will not return it. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he'll manage only a couple here up to about the 27. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Mustang 19.
Looking to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Trap 50, trap 50.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Go street. 18, Pioneer.
Back to throw here. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Open man is Ross, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give them 32 on the play.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Once more, here's Eckler. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays. Because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Buffalo 18.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The Niners at 3-5, 2 games under 500. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
79 Broncos. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Warriors 70. Panther Street. Panther Street.
Back to throw again. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Gotta be lying. 19 tight. 19 tight. Back to 60.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Right side, and he finds Gray. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 22-yard line.
Okay, break. Stay hurt. Come 19, come 19.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Harrison. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And this one is right through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Charger drive about to get going. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Herbert now. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 67 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Herbert. Touchdown! Jalen Reagor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after here coming up. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Chargers 20, 49ers 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is a counter play. Eckler. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He finds his man, complete. It's Parks. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there. Up the middle with Eckler. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Here's Herbert. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
65 to 60, 19 right. 18, Pioneer.
2nd and 4. Complete. This is Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got his big tight end here. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. The Chargers 41-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Set up. Buffalo 18. 79 Broncos. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 18 Rattlers. 18 Rattlers.
He'll look to throw. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
Here we go. Strike.
They'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently. You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Austin Ekeler, the running back. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. That's into the hands of Ekeler. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The nice play design there with the touch pass looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Okay, ready?
They go back to the ground now with Ekeler. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 82 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 1st and 10, Herbert. On the screen, this is Ekeler. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Ekeler, career touchdown number 136, tying it with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
49ers 3.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Second and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara.
70 Timberwolves. Panther 60, Panther 60.
On second down, here's Mitchell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Back to throw here. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's caught inside the 35. Will be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 30 yards. And the Niners are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. And now it's blocked. Now the Chargers have it. There he goes right side. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he takes it all the way back. And this crowd can't believe what they're seeing. Things go wrong even after a touchdown in this one. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this. And they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. Offense is called 4-minute football. take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. In motion, Patterson. Herbert on first down now. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
19 Panther 11, Panther 11. Cup 19, Cup 19. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
They'll set up a throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3. At the Chargers, 17 yards.
2nd and 3. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Top 50, top 50.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he whips snap one incomplete there.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
50 Bobcats! 50 Bobcats!
Back to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Charger TD. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now back to throw. Right side, and he finds Gray. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll look to throw again. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The Niners on 3rd down. Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. He'll drop to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Panther 11, Panther 11. Cup 19, Cup 19. Chubby Ranger, Chubby Ranger.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
19 right. 18, right in.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Let's go now. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Charger drive about to get going as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. They're going to pass here with Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, check that, street.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Mitchell. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Let's go. 60 Eagles.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. But what a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for the Chargers, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Niners, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they will get a